receiver J Kearse. What's happening, man? You're playing in the Pro-Am today. Jermaine, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
What's your golf game like, huh?
It's up and down, like every other amateur golfer.
I like how you're dressed. I love your hat.
Oh, thank you.
The hat looks good. He's got all the style going on. He's going to look good out there. He looks like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, they say you look good, you play good.
Right.
All right, so give us the update on what do you think of your new rookie quarterback, Sam Darnold?
He looks good. When he first got in, when we started OTAs, and we were able to actually, get the offense going against the defense. He's just been progressing each day. Every day I've seen him, he's just got better and better.
Can you compare him at all to the way Russell Wilson was when he was a young player?
Very similar, very competitive, and very opportunistic. When he gets in, he just makes the most of his opportunity, and you can see that he's very competitive when he's out there. Off the field, he's an awesome dude. I've talked to him multiple times, but he definitely knows how to switch it on when he gets out there on the field.
You know, I played under Pete Carroll, and Pete Carroll told me the first time that he saw Russell Wilson on the field, he knew that he was the starting quarterback, and that's why they basically handed him the job his rookie season. Do you kind of feel that this is the kind of aura I would think that Sam Darnold has right now?
I think it's a little early. OTAs, you're not really doing too much. I wouldn't really call it like real football. It's football, but it's not real football. We'll see when we get to training camp. We have three really good quarterbacks with Josh McCown and Teddy Bridgewater and Sam. And so the competition in that room is going to be good and exciting to see.
Yeah, I want to see Teddy Bridgewater be able to start a couple games. I grew up a Minnesota Vikings fan. That guy, what happened to him was just so unfortunate. And he seems like he looked great from all reports. You were out there with him. Did he look healthy? Did he look like he could play at that high level again?
You can just see that he's determined to get back to where he was. And he goes out every day. He puts his hard hat on and he just works. He's very competitive. Like I said, all three of those guys are very competitive. But he's determined, and you see that. I talk to him every day. His locker's right next to mine, and we just have a competition or the conversations of how we can get better, and the things for me and him when I'm going in the offense with him, how we can get better.
You know, it was a great trade. We're talking to J Kearse. We all thought it was a great trade that the Jets made to bring you over because they needed a wide receiver. They needed somebody with experience, and certainly you have Super Bowl experience. I've always wanted to ask you this. You were involved in maybe one of the most controversial plays in the history of the Super Bowl at the end of the game against the Patriots, where Malcolm Butler made the interception. And I remember, the problems that you guys had at the line of scrimmage. And listen, Malcolm made a great play. So much was said about that play call. They should have just given it to Marshawn Lynch. You're an offensive player. You played with Russell Wilson. You played for the Seattle Seahawks. What is your take on it from the offensive player standpoint as opposed to all your defensive players bitching and complaining about it openly and publicly?
About the play?
Yeah, about the play call, yeah.
It's just a tough situation. I think, if we score on that play, it's the best call ever. And obviously we didn't score, so it was going to be named the worst call ever. Me personally, I would like to have given the ball to Marshawn. I think everybody in the world would want that. But, it's just unfortunate. It cost us a Super Bowl, and it's something that we're just going to have to deal with the rest of our life.
Was that play called out of the huddle, or was it checked to at the line of scrimmage?
No, it was out of the huddle.
It was out of the huddle, and they were in their defensive personnel, their goal line personnel and defense. Am I right? Because they only had 3 defensive backs on the field. I think they had extra defensive linemen on the field.
Right.
And it was one-on-one outside. You guys were in your flip formation or your twins formation. And I always thought Brandon Browner made a great play on that.
He did. The dude is like 6. I played with Brandon in Seattle too. He's like 6'4", and he's about 225. So, him pressing up and him quick jamming, he did a good job. He disrupted a little bit of the play and it allowed Malcolm to make the play he did.
Talking to J Kearse on Boomer and Gio on the Fan and CBS Sports Network. Is that something that you can ever really move on from, or is because it's such a huge moment that it's been talked about, we're still talking about it years from now, that it just does not go away?
I think more so for me personally, after the fact that when I'm done playing, I might sting a little bit more. But as I'm playing, you're always chasing the next Super Bowl. Each year is the beginning of a new season and a new opportunity to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think I speak from personal experience that it stings. It will sting the rest of your life. We lost Super Bowl, 23 at the end.
I remember.
Did you win one though?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, he's not in the Hall of Fame either, if you want to bring that up.
You don't even know who the hell I am.
Yeah, he does. I mean, come on. All right. Tell me one thing about Boomer Esiason's career. Can you do that?
See, told you. These kids today have no clue.
Wow.
It's gonna happen to me too.
Somewhere along the line. Don't worry, I'm just going to rip you this year, that's all. Every single morning, 6 to 10, you can turn on WFN. I know Jermaine Kearse sucks.
You know what position he played?
No.
No, see, I have no idea.
Wow. Quarterback?
That's
Yeah.
right. There you go.
All right.
Nice.
There it is.
I did play with the Jets. I played for
Okay.
you. So Pete and I were together in 1994. Were you born yet?
I was 4 years old.
Yeah, exactly. So so this is what you're dealing with nowadays.
Right.
But it's all good. The whole thing is good. The fact is that the Jets actually do have a team now that looks like it's headed in the right direction.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you
No, definitely. I mean, there's the locker room chemistry is just took another step from last year. Last year was kind of just building. Everybody was new last year. I mean, when I looked at the roster and or I was talking to others of my teammates and asked them how long have they been there, they would either say, I got here in May, I got here in June, and so those first couple games were realistically the first 3 games we all played together. I got there 4 days before the first game, so I think this year we all have had a chance to go through an OTAs, a mini camp together, and kind of build that chemistry. And it's been just continuing to build up.
What do you think Todd Bowles would say to a Jermaine Kearse, and how he should be the leader of the team moving forward?
You know, listen, Jermaine, you have to go out there and work hard. You set the example. What they have to, don't be Bobby Anderson 2.0. We've seen plenty of that. And sing a song with me. This is how we do it.
I don't think that sounds anything like.
Oh, it sounds just like him.
Well, even if
Does it?
Even if it did, well, he's got that little bit of a
little lisp
like
in there.
the ladies' man thing, you know,
Yeah.
like the Cavassier. You know what I'm saying? Now you hear it. You just don't want to get in trouble. I know.
Coach has lost some weight, it looks like.
He
Yeah,
looks
he
good.
actually. You know what? I've mentioned that to him the last day of minicamp. The funny thing is, you guys don't get to really see Coach Bowles. Like, he gives you guys this, mundane,
Right.
personality, and behind the scenes, I mean, he's cracking jokes all the time. He's a fun dude to be around.
Do you know what team he played for when he played?
The Redskins.
Oh, of course he knows
They won a
that.
Super Bowl there
Right.
too. They
Yeah.
got 2 actually.
Kevin
we got
Green.
him and our tight ends coach, Jimmy.
Jimmy, right.
Jimmy who?
Coach
Coach
Jimmy.
It's Coach's last name.
Coach Jimmy. I'm working.
Right. Have you heard of Joe Montana?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Good.
I didn't watch a lot of football when I was younger.
No, I know. We're just busting chops here, Jimmy. All right. So tell me about this offense. Who is going to be the starting quarterback, and why is this offense going to be much better than what we saw? I mean, the offense was pretty good last year, but why is it going to take a step forward this year?
I don't know who's going to be the starting quarterback, but the offense, I feel like will take a step forward. I think they want to establish the run game a little bit more this year, a little bit more than we did last year. I think that's something that we kind of lacked of establishing the run game, which can ultimately open up the pass game. I mean, if you have a run game, you're going to receive a lot of one-high coverages because you got to put the extra man in the box. So hopefully that's the case. We can establish that, and it can open up a lot of the play action and get the ball downfield more.
He actually looks a little like Tony Finau. Look at him. He's all dressed nice. He's
Yeah,
in
he
his
looks like a
Nike
golfer.
stuff and everything. He looks
Right.
great.
Looks like a golfer.
So, are you a Nike athlete?
I am.
So, how much stuff do you get? Is it
you know,
unlimited or what?
No, it's not unlimited. You have a
Allotment, right?
yeah, per year.
Oh,
I mean,
50
if you're a
grand,
little
60
more,
grand. What do
little
you-
more famous, you probably get more.
Yeah.
Right.
Like Julio Jones, famous, that kind of thing.
Nowhere.
You've heard of
Like,
Julio, right? You've heard of him, right?
Yeah.
Have you heard of AJ Green?
I have.
How about, let's see, I don't know, Antonio
Beckham
Brown?
Jr.
Odell Beckham Jr., yes.
You think he's going to get a contract before the season starts, Odell Beckham Jr.?
You know what? I think he's kind of going about it the right way. He's not doing nothing at the practices, but he's showing up. And
Right.
so it's all about leveraging. It's all about gaining the leverage,
Yeah.
and he has leverage. And if he would hold out, I think it would not benefit him. But the fact that he's showing up, and yet he doesn't have to participate, but as long as he's there, I think it's working in the benefit of him.
You said that there's a different Todd Bowles away from the media. Is there a different Mike McCagnon away from the media? Because that guy's a bore, right, Jermaine? I mean, jeez. What a boring guy,
We
huh?
like Jermaine. We
Yeah,
like
right. I mean, he says nothing.
Have you
Walks
guys
around
talked to
that-
him?
Oh,
Oh,
you
yeah.
talk to him. It's like juicing a rock trying to get something out of that guy. Walks around with that coffee cup, says nothing. I mean, does he give you a little something out there on the practice field?
Yeah, you know, I mean,
Got a knock joke or something?
yeah, we talk a little bit out there.
Yeah, okay. So that the answer is no. I mean, he's a robot.
So, excluding yourself, Jermaine, how would you rank the wide receivers in the NFL, the top 4 guys?
Top 4, excluding myself.
Excluding yourself, yes.
No particular order. I will go Doug Baldwin.
Oh,
Bro.
Yeah.
that's your guy.
So, I know you played with him in Seattle. A lot of people wouldn't think that because they're thinking Julio Jones, Antonio Brown.
Obviously, Julio Jones, Antonio Brown. I like Doug Baldwin. I like Keenan Allen. And since I'm not going to... Odell would be in there. He didn't play last year, so I'm not going to put him in there this year. And then
AJ Green, maybe.
A.J. Green or Michael Thomas. One of
Well,
those
Michael Thomas had a breakout year.
two. Yeah.
He was awesome this past year.
Have you
yeah.
played against Jalen Ramsey?
I haven't played him last year.
You're right. So he's. I mean, is he like nuts? Is he
He
a
just has
crazy
really-
person?
I mean, he's tall, he's long, and he's really fast.
Well,
So
I'm talking about his mouth though, because like AJ Green's the most calm guy in the field. He lost his mind, tried to choke him to death on the field.
yeah, when we played him, he didn't really say much. So
Who's the biggest trash talker you've gone up against?
Richard Sherman in practice every
Yeah,
day.
yeah, right,
That's who it was, definitely.
you know who Jamal Adams too.
Oh, really?
Golly, man.
He goes, yeah, really gets
goes
you.
at it.
He's actually in practice. He just,
That's good because that's
he just
competitive.
talks.
He's competitive, right?
He's very competitive. I love that about him. I
How
love
hard
that
is it
about
going to be to see your former teammate Richard Sherman in the San Francisco 49er
weird, right?
uniform?
him. It's cool.
It's cool.
I like it.
It's okay.
I like it. I think he's gonna do well.
Do you like him as a teammate?
Yeah, I love him. He's like one of my best friends.
Really?
He's
So-
one of my really
so-
good friends.
I mean, he did his own contract, so he's got to be he's underpaid. Any idea why he would have taken that contract?
Yeah, I mean, if you look, Sherm is a smart individual, and he knows what he's doing. And I mean, if you look at it, he's doing a bet on him deal. He believes 100% in himself, and I think he's going to be successful. Off the field is going to be crazy because he's reconnecting with in the Stanford Bay Area.
Mm-hmm.
So his off the field endorsement activity is going to be high. Jersey sales are going to be high.
Who's your favorite basketball team? NBA team?
Favorite basketball team? NBA? I don't know. I was a huge Kobe fan.
There you go. Nice.
I was gonna say, are you a Lakers fan then?
I wouldn't consider myself a Laker.
I was gonna say, is LeBron?
My brother's a Lakers.
Is LeBron going to the Lakers?
I think he's going to the Lakers.
Yeah, he probably is. Talking to Jermaine Kearse, I want to ask you this before we let you go. So the way I envisioned like that Seahawks locker room back when you were there was like everybody on the team together, like talking to each other, having a good time, and then like Russell Wilson in the corner by himself, FaceTiming his life coach. Like, was that the way it was, or was he a part of you guys too?
Yeah, I mean, he was. There was He was a part of it.
Okay. A little bit.
He was
Yeah.
a kid though. He was like when he first got there. There was a lot of personality already there, and they had to try to accept him in there.
He's not like you guys. He's not. He's a little bit on the edge. He's a different personality, right? He's not like he wasn't. He's not. You tell me if I'm out of line here. There's like the group where you're like one of the guys, and then he kind of didn't quite fit in, oil and water type of thing.
It wasn't that he didn't fit in; is he just kind of had his own agenda of what he did.
Okay.
So I mean, Russ is a good dude. He's an awesome dude. But he just had his own agenda. I mean, the dude's like a megastar now. Or something.
He is, yeah, he is.
He's a little bit more in his own interests and not as.
It's almost kind of like he was crew and we're kind of like, yeah.
I got you. And that stupid water he thought could cure you, right? That bubbly water. You
The
remember that?
nano bubbles.
Yeah. Did he ever try to give you that garbage?
I haven't tried it, but there was a couple teammates that actually drank it, and they said that it works. So
Oh, stop.
Nano bubbles.
Nano
It's the
bubbles,
future.
yes, yeah.
It's the future of water.
Yeah,
You
right.
need some nanobubbles.
Yeah, sniff this, it'll make you fly too. what a bunch of garbage.
Jermaine, good to see you, man.
Jeez.
Good
I
luck
appreciate
this
you
year.
guys
We'll see you
having
at
me.
training camp.
Thank you.
Yeah, J Kearse of the New York Jets.
Oh,
Hit
is
him
that who that
straight.
was?
Is that what you tell you?
Is that who that was?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
He plays for the Jets, a wide receiver.
Yeah, okay,
Catches
good.
passes for quarterbacks. Yeah, right. Thanks, Jermaine. Say goodbye to Phil Simms, didn't you?
You're such an idiot. Right? Yeah, there you go.
Remember when you first fell in love